Hey guys, how are y'all doing? Alright, let's see, what we have today. I'm just going to let whatever, the divine wants to come out today. Alright. Whatever it is, whatever it's about. Come and see and find out. Alright, what we got? Have a little break. I was needing some rest. I was tired. I'm feeling much better, much more rejuvenated. I hope everyone's doing good and behaving, doing right. What have we got today? Ooh. Alright, oops. Queen of Wands, upright. Queen of Cups, reversed. The Fool, upright. King of Cups, reversed. Six of Wands, upright. Now we have the Eight of Pentacles, reversed. The Nine of Wands, reversed. The Queen of Swords, reversed. Seven of Pentacles, reversed. The Ten of Pentacles, upright. The Nine of Cups, upright. The Ten of Wands, reversed. The Page of Cups, reversed. Death, reversed. The Four of Cups, upright. And the bottom of the deck is the Tower. Oops, the Tower, upright. All right. So the Tower upright at the bottom of the deck. Okay, that's what the whole spread is about. Okay, so the Tower upright. You see, it's a tower, and it has lightning hitting it and disaster happening. Okay, so it's always expect the unexpected. Yeah, always expect the unexpected. Upheaval, disaster, foundational shift. All right, what do you expect in life? How can you let go of expectations? Okay, like you may have expectations joined in with others. I don't know, and it may not be happening the way that you wish it to happen. So Queen of Wands upright. You can always call on your natural talent, courage, determination, passion, and joy. Queen of Cups reversed. Martyrdom. Good Lord. Dependence, insecurity. Are you allowing yourself to receive healing and love? Okay. And then we have the Fool, innocence, new beginnings, wonder, curiosity, a new path of life. Okay. What small step can you take to begin a new journey? The Fool card, he's, at a cliff and about to take a leap, like a leap of faith. The King of Cups, reversed. Oh, the hair in my mouth. Surprise, surprise. All right, coldness, emotional, manipulation, volatile. Is your cup full? Are your emotions balanced? We are not our thoughts or emotions, you know. Thoughts are not just contained in our head, okay? Think about that for a while. All right, and then we have the Six of Wands upright, which is victory, success, public reward. Do you seek recognition from others? Courage, martyrdom. See, I could say it that time. New beginnings. Manipulator, victory. So it looks like some kind of courage and determination, and perhaps the martyrdom instead of maybe the dependence and insecurity, but martyrdom with the innocence, new beginnings, you know, and new path of life. Now it's either against, you know, a King of Cups type, or in the reverse, you know, cold, emotional, manipulation, volatile, and to achieve victory. Let's see what the rest of the message says. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Careless, meaningless, unfocused. Do you find deeper meaning in your work? So careless, meaningless, unfocused. All right, the Nine of Wands reversed. Exhaustion, fatigue, unsure motives. What helps you to be more persistent and move ahead? But, you know, it needs to be doing the right thing. If you're doing the wrong thing, that's not going to work out. That's going to backfire. So, careless, meaningless. Okay, so looks like unfocused, exhaustion, fatigue, cold-hearted, cruel, bitterness, work with no results, no rewards, wastefulness. And then there's Ten of Pentacles, upright. So this is like blocks, blocking to the path of the Ten of Pentacles. That's what I'm seeing there. And then, okay, and then we have the Nine of Cups upright. Everything turned out well. Enjoy your success. Satisfaction, luxury, comfort, emotional stability. Burnout, stressed, unwilling to delegate. That's the Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, the Page of Cups reversed. Oops. It's emotional immaturity, insecurity, disappointment. Then we have Death reversed, okay? Holding on to what is decayed, attachment, fear, illness, depression. What are you afraid to let go of? You know, what are you afraid of occurring? All right, and then the Four of Cups upright, which is don't close yourself to new ideas and paths. Missed opportunity, apathy, seclusion, and closed. Got these blocks, like, you know, this is blocking to the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups, and this is about burnout. You know, there's going to be a tower regardless. It's about being burnout. You know, if you're you know, like burnout, it's gonna be an inevitable tower regardless. But you know, tower's coming. We're already here. I don't know, but it's, you know, on the way, and you know, someone's holding on to what is decayed: attachment, fear, illness, depression. You know, not moving forward when they're supposed to, and you know, do the right thing. You know, you ever heard take the bull by the horns? You know, if you know a tower is coming, you can at least, you know, get ahead of it. Do what you need to do. It's face what you need to face, but sometimes there's a way to weather the storm, okay, and still come out, you know, good, right? You know, there's other ways of doing things, and you know, it seems to me like these are people that are afraid of losing what they have. But how can I put it? The house of cards coming down, you got to do what you got to do, but that doesn't mean the wrong thing or the wrong way if you turn it the right way, you know, in a repentance manner of turning your back on what is the wrong way, what is not working, okay? It's like you know, that cycle's already closed, and trying to force something to happen that's already closed. It's not going to go that way, no matter what. It's better to, you know, save yourself and do the right thing, so that the tower's not so bad. You know, there's a way to lessen the blow, right? And there are ways that no matter what happens, that you can get help and assistance. Say if you do end up, you know, on the street or something like that, right? You don't want, you know, your rapture. You pray that your rapture's not in the winter. Okay, but your rapture's not always the way that you think. Like the way out the Matrix door. You'd be very surprised to find out that that's actually, you know, being homeless. You know, what is it about a rich man can't enter heaven? It's like you know, it's easier to go through the eye of a needle, to put a camel through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter heaven. Kind of makes some sense now, doesn't it? But you know, God's ways are not man's ways. That's why it's like, what? Why? But not until you get a different perspective do you then comprehend it. And sometimes it's going through it, and then you're like, oh shit. You know, like, if you're out in nature, there's grounding. You know, it's healing your chakras. People think this stuff is like, I don't know, bullshit, or don't believe it, I don't know what, but it works, you know. Healing the chakras, being out in nature, you know, get everything back the way it was supposed to. We have a balance to us, and we're electrical, right? Electrolytes, you know, we're mostly water, so is the earth, you know, just think about that. All right, you know, we need to have salt, you know, there's certain things that we need, and part of that is grounding. I mean, I didn't know this stuff either. I had to learn it. I mean, anything you struggle with, go research it. But you know, there are things that are happening that are beyond, you know, people's controls, right? It's much better to do the right thing so that you're not you know, scrambling or whatever, right? So you're protecting your bloodline, your family, so that, you know, you don't want to have hexes and curses and all this stuff on you. You know, how do you get this stuff off of you? Well, I mean, I just went through a whole long path because it was other people projecting their shit onto me. You know, like all their curses that they have. You know, it's like they're trying to project it and put it on me. And Yeah, it's the MK Ultra mind control. You know, I mean, how would you feel to find out that that was what happened to you? That they deleted your memory and over and over and over and over, you know? Now, do you understand that movie, what's it called? 50 First Dates. You know, it's a new day every day, the same day every time, because, you know, the brain keeps being deleted. If you watch that movie, you kind of see what I'm saying. But it's in a lot of movies. You know, amnesia, or it's dementia, or, you know, in some form or manner, it's memory loss. You know, notice that. You know, seriously, take notice of it. All right, y'all. Gonna end the reading here, but yeah, there's a right way to do things and a wrong way, and it's so that, like, time doesn't really end. All right, so history repeats itself. So if you heal that history, it doesn't repeat that way anymore. Instead, it turns into abundance, and the abundance happens a lot quicker. You learn how to manifest. It's like you do the right thing and you make your intention known to the universe and to the divine creator that that's what you want. You want that path. You know, the path, you know, for doing the right thing and turning to, you know, the true divine and God, right? Not demiurge or fake shit, okay? And turn and do the right things. Pay your karmic debt, you know, which, you know, the time is shortened for the elect. So if you're one of, you know, the divine creators, you consider yourself one of the true gods, you know, the Most High, then wouldn't you, you know, be, you know, taken care of, and the time of any suffering be shortened, because you know how to pray, you know how to ask for what you need. Like, you know, if you don't understand or comprehend something, you ask. All right, but it's a learning process, but it just is the matrix door. I don't know why, but it is. Or maybe everyone's matrix door is different. I don't know, but that's where it was. But it does seem like that's the matrix door for everyone. You know, wouldn't surprise me, but or maybe just one person in the family. I don't know, but it's, you know, it seems to make quite a difference if that's what it takes. You know, why would you be afraid of that? If you do this, it's like you can be led to a good place if you are going to be, and where you can get help or whatever. But you know, pray and ask for, you know, what it is you need, right? Go read the book of James. If you don't believe that's true, what I'm saying, go read the book of James. Read it again, just until you really snap to it. If you pay the most attention to the 10 Commandments in the book of James, you'll get a lot further in life. Okay? I mean, just that, but you really need to pay attention to the 10 Commandments and what it means. You know, it's, you know, do what you will, what is your will, but you do not hurt another being. Animals are beings too. Okay? Thou shalt not kill. You're not supposed to kill. If you're eating meat, you're a part of that, you know, the killing. Cannibalism has lots of different meanings, but eating flesh is eating flesh. Okay? This is not, you know, forcing people this or that. It's just telling you the truth. When people pass away, you know, do they ever come back as animals? They're beings. Think about that. Think about that. What if that was, you know, someone you used to know that passed away but then popped up as an animal? You know, have you ever had animals that you're like, okay, they seem to know what that is. Why do they know what coffee is? How do they know what, you know, donuts are, you know? Weird things like that. I've got a cat that'll chase you down if you got a donut or milk or coffee. You know, it's weird. I'm telling you. You have to think outside of the box of the things that we were told as children, you know, or whenever it was that people said, oh, well, this is what it is, because they probably really didn't know. Or someone told them something that they really didn't know. So, you know, if you meditate and you ask the divine these questions, you can find out things. All right, y'all. Y'all take care.